My name is Russ Schafer with Dennison Yachting. I'm here in Palm Beach, Florida to take you on board a 75 Hatteras motor yacht named Leisurely. Launched in 2004, this is one of the most popular motor yachts Hatteras has ever manufactured, and there are a few reasons for this. First, the large multi-tiered aft deck. It puts you close to the water and it's low enough to fish out of or even dive from. Another big selling point is her full beam salon. Throughout the salon and the rest of the interior, she has a preferred cherry wood finish. Her current owner has had her for over a decade, and the boat has always been captain maintained and kept up to date. From her sprawling flybridge to her immaculate engine room, she has a ton to offer her new owner. We're going to start today's walkthrough aft. At the foot of the cockpit is a swim platform that's really low, putting you closer to the water. One level up in the cockpit is a large amount of storage in the lazarette. On the port side is a shower. The third tier back here on the stern is the aft deck. This is a great outdoor space with a hardtop that protects guests from the elements. Continuing forward brings us to the salon. In the aft section is seating for 5 between an L-shaped settee and a pair of armchairs. To starboard, in between the armchairs, is a high-low TV. Forward into port is a formal dining with a gorgeous tabletop and space enough for 6. Opposite from the formal dining is a stairwell that we will come back to, but leads down to the Master Stateroom. Continuing forward brings us to our open galley. It's U-shaped and the aft granite countertop is massive and proves to be a great prep space. All the galley appliances were made by Whirlpool. Here we see a side-by-side fridge and freezer, convection microwave, 4-burner range, full-size oven, 2-basin sink, dishwasher, and trash compactor. Opposite the galley is a cozy built-in dinette. Our next stop is the pilot house. This space is somewhat the heart of the vessel because of how many other places on board can be accessed from here. We'll cover these later, but this quality makes Leisurely an ideal boat for an owner-operator. For now, we turn our attention to the helm, where we see her ship-to-shore radio, North Star GPS, and beyond is a second North Star monitor. Below is a Furuno radar control and an ACR spotlight control. Above the wheel are her Cat engine monitors. Below is a Hatteras alarm panel and a Simrad autopilot. On the starboard side is a Garmin GPS, engine throttles, and her bow thruster joystick. There's seating for 3 facing the helm. Aft into port are the stairs that lead to the flybridge, but we'll visit this later. Doors flanking the pilot house give us access to the foredeck. The bow on the 75 features a wrapping stainless bow rail. Facing forward is a bench seat with a pair of storage lockers just forward. On the bow pulpit is her ground tackle. This is made up of a Maxwell 3500 windlass and a polished anchor. Let's step back into the salon and take that staircase from earlier. This is how we will access the Master Stateroom, which is aft. Centerline is a king berth with storage to both sides. On the port side is a large walk-in closet, but currently holds the owner's belongings. Forward to starboard is an ensuite. Forward in the companionway is a bunk room, perfect for the kids or can be used for storage. Outside of the bunk room is a linens closet. This companionway also gives access to the engine room. The engine room has been meticulously maintained by the same captain for over a decade. And here are twin Cat C30s, 1,550 horsepower each. Above the engines are custom storage racks. The Cat engines give her a cruise speed of 21 to 22 knots and a top end speed of 26 knots. If we continue forward, we can access the next stateroom, but we are going to access it from the starboard side of the pilot house instead. This is the second largest stateroom on board. It features an aft-facing full berth, plenty of storage, and an ensuite. A few steps up brings us to the captain's quarters on the port side. Currently the captain is on board and we're unable to see that. Our final stateroom is all the way forward and is the VIP. Our last stop on board is the Flybridge, which we access from the pilot house. This Flybridge is much bigger than you would expect. Forward is the upper helm. It has all the same navigation tools we saw in the pilot house and is protected by a recently replaced isinglass enclosure. Aft is a wet bar. This features a large countertop space, a sink, and a fridge below. At the table end of the bar are 4 bar stools. Aft of the bar is plenty of seating for guests that is protected from the elements. To port is an L-shaped settee, and on the starboard side is a second large built-in settee. Immediately aft, out from under the enclosed section of the Flybridge, is a sun deck. Not only a great place to lounge, this area can also be quickly and easily converted into a tender deck because she's already equipped with a Marquette 1,500-pound davit. When you first see her in person, you're struck by the quality of this build. Somewhere in this uniquely Hatteras design has emerged a boat that has thus far stood the test of time. On behalf of myself and the Denison team, thanks for joining us on another walkthrough. If you'd like to see this 75 Hatteras in person, I'd love to show it to you. Please reach out anytime.